Last night I finished tracking everything and producing everything for my most recent song. I'm going to let it sit for like a week though before I jump in, mix it, and sort of finish it off. Just nice to have a little fresh perspective before I do all that. So in the meantime, for this week, I don't know how I'm going to be able to finish, but I'm going to jump back into the AHKO song that I was working on with my buddy Ken, and then I'm also going to jump into the Maggie song that I was working on 2 videos ago. They both sent me their parts that they were working on, so the ball's back in my court, and yeah, it's just sort of my turn to, get it moving into that next stage. I think today, or at least this evening, I'm going to start off with the AHKO song. I have to retrack some of the guitars. I had sort of pitched them up and down to try to find the right key for his voice where like it kind of sit the best. So after doing that, I think I bumped it up like 2 whole steps. And so, when you mangle audio like that, it starts to sound kind of weird and robotic. I mean, it can sound kind of cool. However, for this song, it's more of a, traditional sounding rock song, at least thus far. I don't know. Maybe it'll get all hyper pop and crazy, but I doubt it. So I think it is in our best interest for me to, retrack some stuff in it. It's mostly just chords that I need to do, so it should be pretty quick. Oh, no, it happened again. Currently doubling up the guitar part, and on the big yellow guitar I had played sort of open positions, so like kind of down here, and I wanted to do slightly different voicing, slightly different chord inversions. So I'm playing mostly bar chords that are like really closed up like this, thinking like, just sound-wise, I wanted it. I'm not remembering or not realizing that it's exhausting to just be holding down bar chords the whole time. And it sounds stupid to be like, oh, like I'm tired, but like my hand is just cramping up and I need to keep taking breaks between takes because I just don't have the hand stamina. Oh, all right, that's enough stalling. Woo. I slept terribly last night and had to get up early this morning. So needless to say, the energy level and motivation is quite low. But I wanted to get at least, a little bit of forward momentum on this song. Trying to put the finishing touches or, something resembling the finishing touches on this song that I'm working on with Ken, now tentatively titled Tell Yourself. It's like the Oasis-y sounding one, and it sounded good. I just feel like the second pre-chorus is not sounding eventful enough, and so I'm thinking of adding a couple parts to just make it feel like, boom, chorus coming. I think especially because the second pre-chorus is even lower energy, and so to kind of get it to ramp back up to being the chorus part, it needed a little something. And I'm thinking kind of like a whaley, like that kind of thing. Hey, the board is skies as it falls apart with a sigh. So the part by itself sounds like this. With all the other stuff, it'll sound... I have it turned up a little bit, but it'll sound like this. I feel like that feels a little bit more like, yeah, chorus is about to hit, or, is currently hitting, or, yeah. I think it's because I'm in the mindset of, like, British bands from the 80s and 90s, but I just had the sudden thought of, what if for the second pre-chorus, because it's kind of empty, what if I stuck in a little like U2 guitar part with the dotted eighth where it's like dun, 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 and like the delays are sort of let me show you. It sounds really stupid when I'm saying it with words. Something like a... you know, like that kind of thing, except in stereo and it's kind of like bouncing around. I think it'd be cool. Okay.
All the thoughts that should be said, the devil says, take a deeper dive in the skin you hide all day. The board is skies as it falls apart with a sigh. Maybe
Yeah, that's cool.
all the thoughts.
All right, so I've done all the vocal editing, which, you know, off camera, because there's no glamorous or aesthetic way to depict vocal editing. It's just sitting at a computer. But did that, got everything lined up, and then recorded some harmonies and backing vocals and things like that. The last thing I'd like to track, that I think I will need to track, is re-recording the intro guitar part. Because initially I played it with the 12 string, and so it sounds quite like skinny and jangly. But after talking to Ken, if I'm understanding him correctly, he's thinking of a more like solid, sort of like rock guitar sound. And so instead of trying to like finesse it with a bunch of plugins or something, I'm just gonna replay it with like a regular quote unquote guitar through a setting that is just probably closer to the sound. Because I think ultimately that will be easier. Famous last words. I ended up recording that same guitar part over and over for like an hour and a half and didn't get it. Like, I just could not get the tone right because I was trying out a bunch of different sounds and it just really wasn't working for me. And so came back the next day, slept on it, which I probably should have done sooner. And the next day it came together just fine. And so, lesson learned, sometimes you just need to put it down and go to bed. But anyways, the song is basically done, so I just need to mix it. I'm gonna give it a couple days, just so I can get away from it a little bit before I hop into the mix. But yeah, now on to part 2, the song that I'm doing with Maggie. So I've got this lead-ish part going in the verse. Kind of reminds me of What's My Age Again, that Blink-182 song, except just a lot slower. It sounds like this. Right, it's kind of got that vibe. But I'm thinking instead of letting it be like that, the intention playing it was to kind of spread it out in the stereo field and kind of having it ping-ponging back and forth and sort of washing it out and pushing it into the background. And maybe, depending on if it needs it or not, sort of complementing it or supporting it with like guitar swells. You hit a chord and you kind of swell the note up and it just whoa, and kind of like, maybe I'll do 2 of them on the left and the right, so they're kind of swaying and sort of creating a more lush feeling.
To get here, and it's a shame to see potential down the drain, and I know I'll never be the same.
Admittedly, I'm a little stuck on this song. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do next in terms of like actual big moves. So I've just kind of been going for low-hanging fruit and hoping that as I'm doing that, something will reveal itself or I'll hear something. So I just layered up some acoustic guitars just to sort of help define some of the chords. And now I'm going to record some electric because just some of the transitions are a little funky just because I was doing it like section by section. And so kind of fill those out and see if maybe that helps. And honestly, after adding just a couple extra layers and finessing those transitions, the song felt a lot more like finished and like a song instead of just, a couple tracks stitched together. It sounded like, yeah, this is a real thing. And as a general rule of thumb for me, if I hear something back and I don't immediately know what to do next or hear what I should do, I try to leave it alone. This is kind of something I carry over from mixing, but like when I'm mixing a song, there's a certain point where you make changes and make moves and it's like you can't tell if it's better or not. It's different, but it's not better. And so that's my sign to like put it down and leave it alone. Same thing, if like I don't immediately hear like, oh, this is what this needs or this is bugging me, then don't mess with it, you know? So carrying that over into the production process, because when I hear the song back, I'm not like, oh, you know, this is really missing X, Y, and Z. I just think, yeah, sounds cool. As tempting and easy as it is to just keep adding more shit, I'm practicing restraint because, you know, sometimes less is more. Oftentimes, less is more.